What's up, y'all? It's that time again for another episode of Columbus Black on Blast, where we highlight movers, shakers, and creators doing amazing things right here in the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. I'm your host, Kevin Lloyd, and I'm excited, extremely excited, because we have a very, very special guest in the house with us today. But before we get started, make sure you check out all of your episodes of Columbus Black on Blast on ColumbusBlack.com. That's where you can see all this great content of those who are doing amazing things right here in our community. And by the way, if you have not downloaded the Mile app, that's MYLE. It stands for Make Your Life Entertaining. Make sure you do that today. For things to do, places to go, and food to eat, just mile it, all right? So that's how we get started. And then I want to do a special shout out today to my man Cap City Nitty for all he does to make sure that we get this production piece down, editing, and all that cool stuff so you can see what we're actually doing here at Columbus Black on Blast. Shout out to my man Alan Stowe with Stowe Show Media as well. And I got to give it up to UTS TV and my girl Sharon Gordon for what she's doing as well. The only female-owned, black female-owned broadcast network in the nation. So y'all need to support it. Check it out at utstv.com, all right? Now, it's time, without further ado, for us to talk about you. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing phenomenal, especially because you're here with us today. All right?
We're trying to keep it real then.
Absolutely. We most definitely will. So, as you all can tell already, right, we have a very special guest in the house today. Coach Jim Cleamons is with us, and we're going to learn about his story and who you are and what you've done, and you and I have had an opportunity to talk about some of those things. But if you didn't know, 10-time NBA champion, all right, in the house with us 10 times. You have 10 rings?
10 rings.
10 rings, right? Think about that, right? Both hands. That's pretty impressive and exciting at the same time. So a lot of people actually already know you, but for those that don't, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, all that good stuff, and then we'll get into your history, your background, and then what you're doing.
Well, I was born in Lincoln, North Carolina. Moved to Columbus, Ohio in the third grade.
Okay.
And from the third grade all the way through college, I was a resident of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And after graduation from the Ohio State.
The Ohio State, got to get it right. Go Bucks.
I was blessed to be drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And my rookie year, I played with a phenomenal group of NBA All-Stars, the likes of Will Chamberlain, Jerry West, Gail Goodrich, Pat Riley, some people not so notable. Did I say Elgin Baylor?
Not yet.
Well, because Elgin Baylor, growing up in the North End,
yeah,
that's where we basically are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Elgin Baylor was the king.
Really?
Oh, man.
King.
Well, Elgin he yo-yoed it.
Okay.
Double clutch it.
Yeah.
He shoot the jump shot.
Yeah.
He'd lead the fast break. He did it all
across the board.
So
yeah.
Like I say, Lyndon, we admired that athleticism.
Yeah.
At least I did. I say maybe I'm overstating the case.
Right.
But Elgin was my favorite. And,
outstanding.
Unfortunately, Elgin retired about a month into the season.
Okay.
And I didn't get a chance to get any of the knowledge from him, but once again, it was just a phenomenal year. We were blessed to win 33 games in a row, and that's still an NBA record.
Congratulations.
And knock on wood, that one won't be broken for a long time to come.
33, it's a special number.
And we also won an NBA championship. That's the one championship I have as a player.
Okay.
The other 9 are from being blessed once again to be in the company of some fantastic coaches and teachers of the game.
Right.
So 4 from the Chicago Bulls.
Yep.
And 6 from the Los Angeles Lakers.
Both great runs, amazing runs.
And, And on the way, one of the things I don't talk about a lot because it's my senior year. I was captain of the Buckeye team up here.
Okay.
And I was also Scholar Athlete of the Year from the university, so that academically made me proud of what I learned and how to carry myself as a student first and an athlete second.
Okay.
And life has just been very good to me.
Awesome.
And I'm certainly blessed, and I'm aware that the blessings that have come my way, and I think it's part of giving forward. Let other people know that a lot of things in life are given to us and we have to receive them. But part of our duties as human beings is to continue to give forward.
Okay.
A lot of times people talk about giving back.
Yeah.
Well, I tell people I haven't stolen anything, so I don't have to give it back.
That's right.
But what I want to do is continue to give it, pass it forward.
Okay.
So let the knowledge, the understanding, and the blessings continue to flow.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Love the way you said that. That's right, Joe. We talk a lot about it, but I think paying forward is the right way to do it, right? And then we're helping that younger generation, which you are doing quite a bit of, and we're going to talk about that. And I also see you rocking your Linden versus anybody T-shirt too, huh?
Well, it's one of the things growing up here in Columbus.
Yeah.
We in this community have a very rich basketball history. And that story is being told, but I think that the young players and young athletes that continue to play in the Columbus area ought to be very proud of their heritage and the basketball that comes out of this community.
Yeah.
East won the state in 1963. South won the state in 1965. We were fortunate enough to win the state in 1967.
Wow.
Then East came back to back with 2 in a row, and that team was undefeated.
Okay. So there's some history, some strong history of championships around here.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah.
And the reason because the young people had good teachers in junior high school, middle school, and a lot of them stayed together into the progression of high school.
Yeah.
So a lot of the ingredients that it takes to win, the foundation, they got started in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and continued in the 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Yeah. And
we at Linden had a tough road to hoe, and very, very proud of that, because those days we were balling.
I'm sure. It sounds like it.
And like I said, we were fortunate enough in 1967 to be state champions. Our tallest player was 6'4". But the things
still did it. Wow.
The things that we learned as a group.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking on behalf of my team, and I hope my teammates that catch this understand that we were a good group.
Okay.
We had a lot of adversity. One of the adversities was going through East. Because we won a state and we couldn't even be city champs. East was city champs.
Really?
And we won the state title.
Okay.
So that in itself showed our resiliency.
Absolutely, it did.
And once again, see, we lost 3 games as juniors and 2 games as seniors. So my whole high school career on varsity, I only lost 5 games.
Oh wow!
And that once again was coaching, teaching, and how we felt about each other as teammates.
Okay.
And then a lot of that, quite honestly, has rolled off on me as to how the person I am today, how I view the sport of basketball, what I try to emphasize, the importance in life and not sports, but how the two have a connection that if you really feel it in your heart, you can't separate the two. Yeah. So one is a direct reflection of the other. Okay. So sports in general has played a wonderful part in my life, and that's why I think it's very easy for me to talk about sports, talk about competition, and the things I'm hoping that are being passed on to the next generation as they come up the line.
Outstanding, outstanding. So it sounds like you were able to really apply a lot of that foundational learning, obviously, into your career, one as an athlete, but then as a coach. Is there one foundational component that really stood out, right, that helped you throughout this amazing career that you had with these teams and all these championships also?
Well, I think the basic foundation started when I was started when I went to school, because you didn't have good grades, you weren't going to play.
Academics, yeah.
And I'm the middle child between two very bright sisters, and so my level of excellence was set very high.
Yeah, for sure.
And so in my own household, A's and B's. I tell people oftentimes, I remember to this day when I brought my first C home. and you would have thought all hell broke loose in that classroom.
I think it did, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And for 6 weeks, I was on punishment.
Wow.
And because I was an outdoor child. I
Mm.
mean, my sisters, they came home and they stayed inside.
Yeah.
I came in, dropped my books, did what homework, and then I was allowed to go outside.
Okay.
But for 6 weeks, I didn't get any outside.
Mm.
And that
was torture, huh?
That you take that gift of
Yeah.
being able to go outside with some freedom, that stays in my mind right now to this day.
Mm.
Not being able to do something that you really like to do and
Yeah.
that's taken away from you.
Yeah.
That was a good, wonderful lesson.
Yeah.
Cruel to me at the time.
Yeah.
But it taught me. Yes.
Okay.
My mom and my auntie and uncle, they were serious about academics.
Yeah.
And that's what got me to college.
Mm-hmm.
Even before sports, is I knew I wanted a college education.
Okay.
And knowing the brilliance of both my sisters, they had to go. So I started thinking early on how I was going to get college paid for.
Yeah.
Because I believe in women being strong-willed. Every woman in my household very strong-willed.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up with that, and I knew I needed a strong-willed woman with me, even in marriage, and I have that.
Awesome.
But you have to have goals, you have to have people that are supportive of you,
Yeah.
and one doesn't really work without the other. And
Yeah.
that goal, I talk sometimes at camp, is you shoot the basketball. Well, in our day, it wasn't a hoop, it was a goal.
Mm.
So once again, you have to look up.
Go.
You got to look up if you want to accomplish that. And you got to concentrate to put that ball through it. So once again, these are little metaphors that have stuck with me my whole life.
Right.
And it goes to sports.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it does speak to life itself.
Yes, it does.
So
yes, it does. That was a major gem drop for those that didn't get it, right? Not the hoop, the goal, right? You just want to put it through the hole. So thank you for dropping that knowledge for us. One of the things foundationally for you, you continue to talk about academics. And I know right now you're traveling. We'll talk about it a little bit later, what you're doing today. But I know you talk about, those who aspire to be athletes. What message do you have for them? If we had to give them a brief message for those youth that are going to watch this video about that balance of academics and trying to be that superstar at the same time, and how important that is.
well, it comes back to balance.
Okay.
One shouldn't necessarily outweigh the other.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't want to put all our eggs into one basket.
Yeah.
If we can distribute our thoughts, our desires, our wishes into a couple of different baskets, and if I don't think totally academics, I don't think totally athletics, but it's a combination
Yeah.
that's in the mind.
Yeah.
And if our mind can think with duality about how to accomplish not one dream, but both dreams, I think it works a lot easier.
Yeah.
And there's a lot less stress.
Right.
And so if we can help our youngsters realize that the same mind, same thoughts and ideas that it takes to calculate, the flight of the ball on a jump shot, that we're actually doing some math.
Yeah.
When we go into talk about history
Yeah.
class, we learn dates, we learn consequences of certain wars and certain people of power. Then when we go out on the court, we can talk about, you have to be very authentic in figuring out if you have the basketball, how you're going to score and who's in best position to score.
Right.
So you actually may be deploying your army or to capture the castle, putting the ball in the hoop.
That's right.
Who's best to do that? You want to do it with infantry, dribble drive, or you want to launch artillery or something like that. So you have to play games within games.
Okay.
But once again, you're using
That's
your
right.
mind.
Your mind. That's
If
right.
you can be you can have fun with education.
Yeah.
And still still get the job done.
Absolutely.
So these are things. These are once again just tools.
Yeah.
And if we can look at sports as a tool to get what you want out of life academically, and academics can help you get that.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I wanted to do. I wanted to get an education. And when I found out athletic scholarships are available and academic scholarships are available both at the same time.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to have the grades wasn't the issue. It was once again being 6'3" at the most, and not having a position in high school.
Yeah.
See, that was the mindset and the feedback I got when coaches started talking to me about scholarships and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
Or where are you going to play? See, you couldn't put me into. I wasn't a guard, not at Linden, because we had two very good guards, and I didn't play the guard position 100% of the time.
Gotcha.
Now I'm 6'3" wing. Is a 6'3" wing going to make it in major college basketball? And the answer to that generally is no.
Right.
6'3" is not big enough.
But
there's always exceptions.
That's right.
And as God saw fit, I went to Ohio State. At that time, I had the ability, especially after my freshman year,
Yep.
I played small forward. In my senior year, I did play guard full time, so that allowed my leadership skills to manage the team on the floor and do some directing. That got me into thinking about ultimately coaching.
Yep.
And but I wanted to win, and I knew I couldn't win, or we wouldn't win. My personal feelings.
Yeah.
If I just tried to jack up shots and go for myself.
Yeah.
So I knew it was going to take a team effort to be successful, because in those days, if you didn't win the Big Ten title at the end of the season, you went home.
Yes.
There's no Big Ten tournament, no anything. If you didn't win the Big Ten title,
That was
you
it.
went home.
Yep.
And I wanted to play in an NCAA tournament. So my senior year, we had to win.
All right.
Because I couldn't see just packing up a uniform and going home.
All right.
So things have a very strange way
Yeah.
of working themselves out.
They do.
And that's part of what faith has also taught me.
True indeed. Well, thank you for sharing that story. So y'all just heard it, right, from Coach Jim Cleamons, and you mentioned a couple of things, right? You talked about that win piece, but you also talked about the mental capacity. And I know, as we talk about being here in Ohio, especially, and I know there was a lot around LeBron years ago, and as he talked about, that mentality, right, and the mental skill set to play at that next level, and there was a challenge to do that. And then full circle, what you're talking about, that desire, that commitment to win. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a special player, right, who had that type of desire to win. Many of you all know, but Coach also, Coach Kobe Bryant. So we're going to talk about that in a few minutes when we come back and share a little bit more about his experiences, and you can hear it right from him. So without further ado, we're going to take a break from Columbus Black on Blast. Y'all know why we are putting Coach Jim Cleamons on blast now and understand a little bit about his background and story. 10-time NBA champion, but stay tuned because we got some more good stuff just for you on Columbus Black on Blast. My name is Kevin Lloyd. I am the founder and CEO of ColumbusBlack.com. I'm excited because this year we will celebrate 15 years in business. And I wanted to take the opportunity to thank our community for your support over all of these years. We've learned a lot, we've grown a lot, and I think you all have benefited from what we've been able to do. However, one of the things that I've realized is that a lot of people do not know about ColumbusBlack.com, which is the primary online resource connecting our community to culture and to commerce through our digital platform, as well as the ways that we can communicate to our audience through our website, through email blasts that we send out weekly, through social media, as well as through text blasts. So I want to invite you all, if you have not received any of our newsletters, to go to our website, that's ColumbusBlack.com, and you'll be able to subscribe, and then you'll receive a weekly update of things that are going on right here in Columbus, Ohio. In addition to that, if you want to promote your events, promote your business, build your brand, or if you're looking to recruit diverse talent, this is exactly where you should do it. It's through Columbus Black. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Columbus Black on Blast. We're about to jump back in. As you all know, we have Coach Jim Cleamons in the house today, and we've been talking about his background, his history, his championships. Now, one of the cool parts is we talked about the 10 NBA championships, but we have a diehard champion in the house today. How many total, when you look at state championships and everything, how many championships total overall? 13. 13, that's more than my two hands, y'all. That's serious, right? So, very well accomplished champion, and you mentioned it before, truly blessed, right?
Yes, sir.
It is a blessing, right? So we want to recognize that, and we're blessed to have you here with us today, continuing to share this story. So, as I mentioned before we went to break, we want to take an opportunity to have Coach actually talk about his experiences and share some of his messages in regards to Kobe Bryant. We all obviously send out our condolences to Kobe, his family, and all of those who lost their lives and their family members that have been impacted. This is something that didn't just impact LA or the state of California or the United States. It was worldwide. And you happened to be overseas at the time when this happened. And I'm going to let you kind of tell the story and share any thoughts that you have or anything you want to convey in regards to your experiences and how you're doing with this at this point in time as well, as close as you were to him.
Well, Kobe was unique, very competitive, wanted to be good. I think he felt that being great was his destiny.
Okay.
One of the things I remember, I met Kobe. His father called me. We were in the playoffs in Philadelphia, and his father called me on the telephone. And we weren't close, but the phone rang, and it was Jelly Bean.
Okay.
And,
Jelly Bean, huh?
Yeah. And he said that I got one. We talked. And he said, I got one. He says, he's a player.
Okay.
And see, once again, Jelly was on the same team with Julius and George McGinnis.
Okay.
And he had skills.
Yeah.
He was a good player.
Yeah.
And but he said, I got a son that can play. He wanted to take a look at it. And so we brought him by the hotel.
Yeah.
And once again, tall, thin, and we chatted for a few minutes. And that's the first time I met Kobe.
Wow.
It meant something, but it didn't mean anything in the scope of things.
Yeah.
And then I was fortunate enough, blessed enough to be named head coach of Dallas Mavericks. And the same draft, Kobe came out.
Okay.
And we had the third pick. And we were involved with I was with Chicago.
Okay.
And Dallas had the third pick. And so a lot of workouts took place, not in my presence, because we were in a dogfight with the South Supersonics that year.
Oh, yeah.
And one thing led to another. And so I got down to Dallas, who they worked out, this and another, and Kobe's name wasn't on the list.
Okay.
And I didn't think about it. Didn't really mean anything because we had other needs. And then the day of the draft, the guy who was in charge of the draft said, well, Kobe Bryant was the best talent in the draft. And then I said, well, why didn't we bring him in?
Yeah.
So one thing led to another.
Yeah.
Skip forward in 1999, Phil gets named coach of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
And I'm out of a job. He asked me if I'd come to Los Angeles and join the staff then.
Wow.
So not having a job, that answer was yes.
Easy yes, right?
And Kobe was on my summer league team, or our summer league team.
Yeah.
And what we run offensively, I'm not going to bore the people with what we do, but it's vastly different than any other team in the league at that time. There are a lot of copycats these days, but they don't understand how to get to where we got and the process needed.
Okay.
And it is different because we allow certain freedoms, but the freedoms are there after you get indoctrinated and you get taught why we do certain things.
Yeah.
And Kobe is basically, in those days, he just said, give me the ball.
Okay.
And we don't play that way.
Yep.
And it was a learning experience for him.
Okay.
But this is where, on one hand, he loved his independence. He didn't, he wanted to be that wild coat. At the same time, I think he knew and understood, out of his respect for Michael, that sometimes when you get that wild coat that bit into the mouth and you get them going, yeah, you get trained, but it doesn't take away any of your independence. In fact, it helps you to grow.
Okay.
He and Michael, when I say this, are cut from the same cloth. And that is the unyielding, unbiting, having a work ethic that is insatiable. It's like, this is what I'm here to do.
Right.
I'm going to be good. In fact, I'm going to be better than good.
Okay.
And if I have to do A, B, and C to do it, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G.
Wow.
It's like they put their mark on it, they set something in their mind, and that's what they're going to do.
They go after it. Yeah.
I don't know if you call it, you put the blinders on so that they become focused.
Yeah.
I don't know what it does, but that's who they are as people and as competitors.
Yeah.
So when we first got to Los Angeles, she talked about unbridled. It's like you can't deny me because I'm good. I can score, I can do this, I can do that. Just give me the ball.
Yeah.
And like I said, you got 4 people on the floor doing this, and you got this other person there doing their own thing. And so 4 beats 1.
Yeah.
6 days a week, 7 days a week, 8
Yeah.
days a week.
Right.
These 4 can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
So slowly but surely,
Yeah.
he came around.
Okay. And by the way, those are gem drops. Hope y'all paying attention. He's dropping gems right here. Yeah.
It's like, hey, I don't have to conform because I'm the man. Ain't nobody stopping me. Just give me the ball.
Right.
In fact, get the hell out of my way.
Right. Let me do what I need to do. Yeah.
Hey, they can't stop me. But once again, we play the game as a team.
Yeah.
And so it's funny. You get the guys together. They talk about his early presence with how we teach the game. He was what we call a ball chaser. You start the ball on this side of the floor. Yeah. Kobe comes over here. Move over there. Kobe's over there. He said, here, Kobe, there, Kobe, everywhere, Kobe. He's chasing that ball. Give me the ball. Give me
the ball.
Like a magnet.
Yeah.
And in those days, we had some wise veterans. Robert Ory. Yeah. We brought Ron Harper with us. Shaquille, of course, had the low block down there, so Kobe couldn't run down to this block.
Because, that's what it's Kobe's spot. Shaq's spot. Yeah.
There. And Fish was just learning. So we had some veterans that knew how to kind of just get him on the line, but not reel him in. Okay. And so he thought that it was cruel, and but at the same point in time, that was their way of saying, Kobe, we want to be a team. Yeah. Rick Fox, Brian Shaw, and so all guys that, once again, I think in the end, Kobe had great respect for. But it's just their way of letting him know, right, we're a team. Yeah. And you're a part of the team. You're not the team itself. Yeah. And slowly but surely, I mean, there's no doubt about the talent. Right. I mean, from day one, day one, he can put the ball in the hoop. Question is when and how and what the other 4 guys are going to do while he's doing that. Yeah. Well, it's a team. Basketball is a team sport. So he figuratively and literally had to learn how to be part of the team. But once he got it, once he got it, and thank God he understood the film study. He started to enjoy film, watching himself. I think he probably, knowing Kobe, he went back and saw how MJ dealt with it. Because once you learn the system, the system doesn't inhibit you. Okay. You actually have an unscripted menu that is unlimited. Yeah. But because it takes you a while to submit, and study it, it doesn't come automatic. You got to work at it. Yeah. But he was willing to put in the work. And that's the one thing that that when I think of Kobe, is once again that work ethic.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna let you deny me.
That's right.
I'm gonna put my work in. And so you never know when that day will come.
Mm-hmm.
And the sadness that I feel is not only for him, but for his daughter.
Right.
And the other, 7 people, families that were in this tragic.
Very tragic.
Yes. I mean, that's where, when I think of him, it's in the completeness of that experience that none of us know. But we had the pleasure of living, enjoying, laughing. But the expression of life itself can be taken away from us anytime.
Absolutely.
But he grew. I often tell people he may be the smartest player. I mean, he spoke multiple languages.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
You look at, I think he had the advantage of not only having MJ as a friend, but also Magic Johnson. So I think the thing he's done as an entrepreneur,
that's right,
is off the charts.
Yeah.
So he is a winner in life.
Yeah.
Even though he's no longer with us, and he will be remembered.
Yeah.
Forever. I think he had a good heart. He has a good heart.
Yeah. And
I think all those will be reflected as kind of like a sunset.
Yeah.
He'll be there with us for a long time.
Absolutely, he will. And I appreciate you sharing that with us. So, couple of things for me, right? Obviously, it's a really heartfelt and heavy moment right now. But just listening to you, and you talked about his dad being so excited, right, about him. And then as I was reading through and hearing stories about him, he felt the same way about Gigi and her, right? So we obviously, prayers go up to the entire family and everyone else involved also. And then I think, as we go back to the beginning of what you said about that academic foundation and that balance, right, between athletic and academics. And I think Kobe represented that extremely well, right? When you think about what he did from an athletic perspective, but then from a business perspective, being a VC, investing in these different businesses, being a business owner, entrepreneur, transformational, innovative, and creative. He just did so much and was really just holistically an amazing person. So thank you for sharing that as passionately as you did. All right, y'all. So we're going to take another quick break. Once again, you see why we have Coach Jim Cleamons with us real quick. We're going to come back and we're going to wrap up real fast right after this commercial break. But you understand why we have him on Columbus Black on Blast. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. Thank you. Hello, my name is Kevin Lloyd. I am the co-founder and CEO of Mile, which stands for Make Your Life Entertaining. Mile is a super cool social activity and entertainment platform that allows you to quickly find things to do, places to go, and food to eat right on your digital device. As we all know, some people have what we call FOMO, right? So that's the fear of missing out. Cool part is with Mile, there is no FOMO, right? So this is where you can truly make your life entertaining. So I'm inviting you to download the app today and find all the cool events that are going on right around you. Now, if you're a promoter, if you host events, you definitely want to download Mile because you can post your events and you can promote your events. And it sends out this really cool alert to everybody that has the app to let them know about your event. So without further ado, you need to make sure that you check it out. So once again, when you're looking for things to do, places to go, and food to eat, just Mile it. All right, y'all, we're back on Columbus Black on Blast with Coach Jim Cleamons in the house today, dropping mass knowledge, gems all over the place, and a really, really heartfelt message also. So we want to thank you for joining us on the show today, and we want to keep Coach in prayer. I'm going to tell you why. He's been traveling all over the world, just came back from Australia, right? And he's been helping to coach/teach young individuals about sports, about athletics, about academics, all the things that you mentioned to us about life. And we appreciate what you're doing to help pay forward Not give back, but pay forward and help us shoot for the goal.
Amen.
So thank you so much for that, all right?
Thank you.
All right. So I do have one last question for you. Has ColumbusBlack.com done anything for you, Coach?
You sure have.
What do we do?
Put us on blast.
That's what we do right here, Columbus Black on Blast. It goes down. Make sure you check out all the episodes on ColumbusBlack.com. That's where it happens. Once again, shout out to my man Cap City Nitty, my man Stowe Show Media. Check them out. UTS TV. It is going down right here in Columbus, Ohio. You need to make sure you stay tuned. Now, here's the other exciting piece. Black History Month starts tomorrow. Black History Month 2020. And every single day, we're going to be highlighting a new episode of Columbus Black on Blast to showcase Columbus Black excellence. So make sure you stay tuned to ColumbusBlack.com or check us out on social media. If you need to advertise or promote to get your information out, you already know what to do. Hit us up. You'll see it later on. info@ColumbusBlack.com. And once again, remember this. In order to be more successful in your future, you need to understand a little bit more about your past. That's the reason why we just put Coach Jim Cleamons on blast. Don't forget to download the Mile app, that's MYLE, and make your life entertaining for things to do, places to go, and food to eat. Just mile it. And on that note, I'm going to end like I always do. I'm out.
All right, who's ready to do the morning routine? Are you sure? Money's a renewable resource. I am all the money I need. I am what it takes to be successful. It's all inside of me. I'm aligned with the divine because I am the divine. Yeah, I know I'm walking the fine line, but that's inside your mind. I ain't self-law and master, forecaster of my own fortune. That's why I speak with caution. Idle talk makes me nauseous. If it ain't about me and mine, we decline your invitation to bad vibes. I had my share of those in the past life. Ask for now, act right, say it loud. I am the greatest. Tell yourself I am the greatest. Like you